Good morning everybody, and this is your Forex day trade setups for today. So it looks like we have a flat top triangle break. Not what I was expecting, but definitely that is what's on the card, and that's just because the CPI was slightly off of what was forecast, and obviously it impacts the dollar. Now at the moment, it does look like we've got a crossover here of the moving averages. We've broken through the 155. Again, I'll only be looking to buy longs once we start coming back to test this area of 113.765. One thing I want to point out on the daily though is we are still in a very well-defined downtrend, and the next level of resistance is up here at 115.223. So back to the 8 hour, you'll see that structure right over there. Okay, so just bear that in mind. Although we have, it looks like a trend reversal on the 8 hour, on the daily it is still a downtrend, and even up to this area here, and we reject 115.223, that is still part of the bigger downtrend. So just keep that in the back of your mind. You do have an early warning that you could have a potential trend change, but we need to also pay attention to the daily, the weekly as well, especially when you've been in such a long downtrend. So at the moment, for me, the pullbacks are the ones that you want to buy, and that's kind of the structure that you need to do. Oh, sorry, the structure you need to look for. So this is the area we need to pay attention to, 113.765 for a buy. Moving across to US dollar, Japanese yen. And that's actually what I wanted to show you on the weekly. If you look at the weekly, it does look like we've got a bit of a flag here and potential move to the downside, but it is an uptrend, and the converse is true here in on the daily. We are in a well-defined uptrend, and we are in this area of support here. So starting off with the 8 hour, that's the one that we want to pay attention to. You can see pullback into a pretty well-defined area, and then you've got a couple more little tails to the downside which you need to pay attention to. Grouping of the oscillators to the downside. So it does look like strong move up, pullback, and a fairly decent pullback in an uptrend. As we move across to the hour, you're going to see a pretty well-defined downtrend. So yesterday you could see the rejection here, and hindsight being the perfect science, I suppose what we could have been doing is waiting below these tails to take on a short, but I don't like doing that when data comes out, because often it just triggers your trade and then reverses in the opposite direction. So it was an option, but anyway, not something I like doing. So at the moment, I'd be watching this zone here, 114. The only thing that's going to get me short again on this is a retest of this area of 115.072. So 115.072, we get back there and sort of reject it, then there's a great opportunity for another short to come and test the levels to the downside. Bear in mind, this is a big level here, 426, sorry. If you look to the left, you can see a lot of structure in this area, so I would be very wary of trying to jump in short at this area here. So you want to see a retest of this level and then a move to the downside. Just wait for the structure on the dollar. The data is out the way, now you need to wait for structure. Moving across to the pound, British pound, Japanese yen, we are still very much in this range, and it could be a flag, it could be a top. It's a 50-50 call at the moment. No way of knowing which way it's going to go just yet. We need to wait for the break. So it is either a break to the upside of 157.687, break retest there, then the bigger uptrend should continue, or alternatively it's a break of 156.067, which is going to indicate a potential reversal or potential top that's been built. So at the moment, this is very much sit on hands. I just want to see London breakout. I don't think that would have played out, basically above the range and below the range, so a bit of confusion. I'd still pay attention to London breakout. First 8 bars, pay attention to it, see where the break is, and then just take the profit on the height of the range, whether it's long or short. I think that's kind of the view we are. We are sideways at the moment, so you'll be able to scalp this pretty much on the 15-minute chart. And yeah, London breakout didn't really work out there, but it's a really tight range at the moment. And look at it above and below the moving averages. Total confusion at the moment. Asian session, nobody knows which way we're going. Moving across to Euro British Pound, we did move up to structure, so it was a good opportunity to get in short. And that is, well, we missed it actually. We didn't quite get there, so trade would have been missed. But this is the area we need to pay attention to, 083563. I suspect we're going to retest that. And the other thing that I see is that we actually have a triangle break here. So 083371, potentially a retest of this trend line, and then another move up to look at 083563. So right now this is still sideways. There's no clear break of this level. Remember, this is a big weekly support level, 083371. So it's not just going to break well without some kind of catalyst to drive it. Okay, so I'm sit on hands with this one still until we get a clear break. Hope that helps, and we'll catch up with you tomorrow morning. Cheers for now.